Privileged to have with us today Sean Cowgill, who is representing today Wings for Life International. Now, we've had the privilege many times of sharing with folks from Wings for Life, but today, Sean, we're going to kind of go in a new direction and look forward to hearing your story and how it fits in. I think a good place to start is tell us about you and tell us maybe just a little bit about how you got connected with the folks with Wings for Life.
Okay. So I was hired on about 8 months ago from Wings for Life. How I got hired was I have a YouTube channel called Federal Prison Talk. And
That's a unique name.
It is. And so I went to federal prison. I've been out about 3 years, and I did 3 years in federal prison. And that was kind of the turning point in my life. It finally woke me up. But I started this channel because in the federal system, people go through pretrial. It was 4 years for me on pretrial. So you're at home, you can go to work and all that, but one day you're going to go to prison. And every couple months you go to court and you check in and you take drug tests and you check in with a pretrial officer. But sooner or later they're going to sentence you. And it's a living hell. Your life's on hold,
Wow.
So I started the channel to help people that went through the same thing I did. Because there was 2 guys doing it before I went to prison who helped me and answered 100 questions I have that the lawyers can't help you with.
Well, tell us a little bit about, you have a kind of an inside track of what somebody who is going to be incarcerated at the federal level has encountered. Give us, just a little glimpse behind the scenes. What are some of the things that you would share with people on your channel? And then we're going to talk about how that's connected to Wings for Life.
Yeah, because that tied it all in. So I put my phone number on my YouTube videos, and I have about 300 of them. And you would think, why would you put your phone number out there for people? I'm going to tell you, God doesn't let crazy people call. I've been doing it 2 years. Never had crazy people call me. I get 2 or 3 or 4 calls a day, nothing more than I can't handle, but usually from different people. I probably talked to 500 people in the last 2 years.
Wow.
And they call me up, I've been watching your videos, there's so much help, thank you, I can't find these answers, my lawyer doesn't know how to get into an RDAP program to give me a year off, I don't know how to write a character reference letter, my lawyer won't have time for me, what's it like to use the bathroom in prison, are they going to beat me up when I go there? I'm getting the people that are nonviolent, that are out on the pretrial, like I was telling earlier, the terrorists, the rapists, the murderers, they're locked up the whole time until they're sentenced. I can't help those guys because they're locked up. But the ones, the nonviolent, and that includes a lot of drug dealers that are nonviolent, they call me and they want help. And they're almost crying when they call me because I think they've watched my videos and they realize you got to take accountability for what you did, your crimes, your actions, everything you did. You don't only hurt yourself, you hurt your family, your kids, your loved ones, your friends, your employers, people you went to high school with find out. I mean, everybody's got you take this whole people down with you in a way, especially your close ones, your family, and unless you take accountability for your actions and you're willing to change and you want to change, then I can't help you.
Well, Sean, let's talk about that. Did prison change you? We hear various stories. Some people say, the extreme position, there shouldn't be prisons anymore. I'm not sure that's accurate.
No, we need prisons.
But did it change you for the better or for the worse? Because I think you can hear both sides of that coin.
It changed me for the better. Now, there are some people that go to prison, they come out worse. They learn how to rob the bank better, what they did wrong in their crimes, and they hang out with those kind of people in prison. And yes, it can be like a learning institution for criminals. There are those ones that go to prison, they get nothing out of it.
Well, how about it for you? What was it like for you?
For me, it was a big wake-up call. I had been to jail a couple times. I also had a drug and alcohol problem, and I tried a couple drug rehabilitations, but I couldn't pull together more than a year clean and sober until I went to prison. And where I was at was a minimum federal prison camp in Florence, Colorado, with no fences. Only out-of-bounds signs. So if I wanted drugs, they were there. But this was a wake-up call for me. I was 52 years old. I had to look at my life. I was there for wire fraud, for filing false tax returns. For,
so what they would consider as a white-collar crime?
Right, white-collar crime. But I did it for like 100 people. I had them cheat on their tax forms so I could take a cut of their refunds.
So let's talk about
but
now.
I'm guilty, and I did it, and it was wrong.
So now, today, you're working with Wings for Life.
Working with Wings for Life
International, and those folks are working with people who are getting out of prison. So you have a job with them. You're employed by them to help people. How do you connect your own personal life experience to what could be helpful to somebody who is going through, maybe they're not in a federal prison, maybe they're in a state prison or something else.
We kind of, it's half and half in Albuquerque. I'd say our clients are half federal and half state.
Okay.
But, mothers come in with their 3 kids and the husband's in prison. And they have nobody else to turn to. Nobody understands. We understand. The first thing we do is let you know we understand when we come in the door. We have people coming out of prison. They're at the federal halfway house. They have to do community service, and the word gets out to go to Wings for Life. But when they come through that door, I'm the first guy to greet them and tell them, hey, I'm just like you, don't worry. We're going to get you through this, and we're going to help you find a job. We're going to help you reunite with your family and find a place to live when you get out of the halfway house. And
is there a hopelessness amongst a lot of people as they come out of incarceration?
You're labeled a felon. Your family's disowned you. The average person who does 5 years longer or more in prison is probably not going to have a wife to come home to or a girlfriend. Vice versa, when a woman goes to prison. The guys that I've seen in prison, after 5 years, they've left you. They don't want to wait for you anymore because you've hurt them while you're locked up. You hurt your family, you hurt your kids, you hurt your employers, you hurt your friends, and you come out and you still have this label on you. And people don't want to really hire felons. Yeah, they'll let us work, shine their shoes, make their Subway sandwich, work at Taco Bell, do their roof, unplug their toilet, but they don't want to give us any real professional jobs, and it's tough out there. It's tough to make it.
So you work on connecting those people back into the labor market, working with them on, I would assume, and I know that you only do one facet of it, but there's other important things to support the family and those who are dealing with this loss and this trauma. You weren't always from Albuquerque, were you, Sean?
No, I was born and raised in San Francisco, and I do come from a broken home.
And so
alcoholic parents, and they both died of alcoholism. My father died while I was in prison, but I was able to make our amends with him because I didn't have it easy, and I used that for a long time as an excuse, but eventually you got to grow up. We were talking about this earlier. You got to take accountability. What were you telling me that God...
Yeah, there's not anybody who gets through life without pain.
Yeah.
You had your situations in your life where you struggled with alcoholic parents or an alcoholic parent. I could say in my life, I had a mom who passed away of a breast cancer when I was still a teenager. One of our staff that's right here with us, helping us produce the program today, lost a father before they were 1 year old. There's not any of us who've not encountered pain. But Sean, we do have to get to a point where we take responsibility for us and understand that each of us are responsible for our own actions. We have to understand that we are responsible for ourselves. Well, how'd you get to Albuquerque? I mean, that's a long way from San Francisco to Albuquerque.
So Ann Edenfield-Sweet is our co-founder over at Wings for Life. She started watching my YouTube channel.
Wow.
And saw that I'm helping these guys and just saw something in me, calls me up. Would you like to come on my Monday night Zoom and YouTube show that we do? I said, sure. So we did it remotely. Then I had her come on my channel. And we started just keeping in touch. And a couple months later, she calls up and offers me a job.
Wow.
Yeah, we have a program called Wings Works, where we are going to be training people coming out of prison to teach them how to run their own business. We have some workshops. We have 2 businesses that have donated their businesses to us.
Wow.
So that one lady's retiring, and she does ceramic, pottery, and clay works and stuff. But she has all the customers lined up. It's a wholesale business. She's giving us the business.
Amazing.
So we're training people, and we're going to be hiring more and more people. We just got to hire a friend of mine who I spent time with in Florence, Colorado. I'm so glad that now I get to work with a guy, one of these guys that was my support group in prison, one of the good guys.
Wow.
And, today we're both clean and sober. We're helping others. We're giving back. And that is a good feeling, man.
Man, that is a great reality. Well, there's been information on the screen how you can get in touch with Wings for Life International, and we would encourage you, if you are going through a situation where you're in contact or you have a family member or a friend who is going into prison, or maybe people are on the outside and they need to be supported, Wings for Life International is a great group. Sean, thanks for sharing your story today. Thank you.